The Leo new moon of 2016 will occur August 2nd, 4:46 p.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. I'm shooting this video on July 28th of 2016, giving you a few days early here to hopefully look and do research, not in just my video and others, and to see how to manifest on this moon. Leo rules the 5th house. Leo is ruled by the sun, and it's the second of the fire signs, so it's fixed. But the fire signs themselves are where we bring alchemy. We are the alchemist, and we want to bring whatever it is we're sorting out, and we want to bring it to our heat or our ability to change things and change forms. Now, because Leo's in the 5th house, rules 5th house, that's where we want to create, where we want to bring our abilities and take something from one form and start that process of changing it by putting our magic touch, so to speak, on it. New moons, we manifest the moon being your past, sun being your direction. We want to manifest where it is we want to go. So we take that, and then we take the fixed sign of any of the fixed signs. We want to make sure we 50% put action and then 50% observe. So in other words, when you change something, step back for a moment. You don't have to stay full court press changing. Step back, see how it's changing your environment around you, see how it's changing you, see how it's changing others, and then take and put the two together and say, how is this working? You're almost working, it's like a work in progress, but it's you doing something that you're very passionate about. All the fire signs, we must bring our passion to the fire sign, and so we can help change from our perspective. So our uniqueness is going to be put in here as we do this. This sun and moon, because it's manifesting, it's us letting the universe know that we're ready. The moon's not visible. It's completely dark here as this occurs, as far as us being able to use the moon's light. And so the perspective then is that we're creating something that is not yet revealed, but we're putting it out there, and this is the beginning phases of all creation. So know that as you're doing this. Going to have some nice trines here by sign. In other words, the other two fire signs are going to also have planets that'll help by sign this new moon and our ability to create. Sagittarius will have Mars at 0 degrees and, of course, Saturn at 9 degrees. So they'll be trined by sign there and degree. I mean, Saturn's going to be real tight. Remember, Saturn is the lesson teacher, or the past on the physical plane, good and bad. And then Mars, of course, rules Aries, and it's the pioneer. So we must take those energies. They're in the third and mutable sign of Sagittarius, the third fire sign and mutable sign of Sagittarius. So this is where we observe. You should have a lot of chaos in your life, and you should be almost shaking your head at what's being revealed. That's Saturn and Sagittarius for you to kind of understand things in a way that maybe you never could have up till now when things start to get revealed. Sagittarius is helping with that. It's not the only reason. So a lot of observation here, as well as, your awareness should be extremely heightened, but don't be afraid to put your passion into what you believe, as this new moon in Leo is really the time to get out that which you believe, and that which brings passion to you. Saturn and Sagittarius is where you're putting the final pieces together of how you understand things. I don't care where Sagittarius falls in your chart. That's what Sagittarius, the sign, does. Mars is bringing some passion here. So even though these planets are trine, I think we're going to see some big conflict, and we'll talk about that in a minute. Uranus is at 24 degrees Aries. That's the other of the fire signs, and that's the cardinal fire sign where action is to be taken. So the chaos is everywhere on purpose because of this planet mostly. And so what it is we're trying to head in a new direction. That's why everything's chaotic, trying to show us that things aren't maybe as they seemed, and it's time to wake up and do something about it. Now, Pluto in Capricorn is a huge reason for this, and it's going to continue to be that way. For it's at 15 degrees during this new moon, and you're going to want to really observe all the chaos, observe all the revelations that are happening, observe all the hidden that's being brought to the surface, or to being brought to you in a way that you can see it. And the key here is there's going to be a lot of passion here, and there'll be a lot of aggression. That does mean war. That does mean, stimulation here to awaken kind of all of us, and get that fire burning a little hotter so we can start changing things. Pluto in Capricorn at 15 degrees is about building the base, so we're not quite there yet, but the chaoses and things are unraveling at a pretty quick pace. And so I just want you to be aware and know that this is by design. I'm not even talking about anybody's natal chart. I'm just talking about the planets today and what we're dealing with. We have Jupiter that's going to go into Libra in September, mid-September, but it's still in Virgo, and that's where the North Node is. That's where the eclipse point is. So we're going to be seeing eclipses September 1st, September 16th. I've talked about the chaos coming up to that point, and then how things will change when these eclipses happen. So we're on that edge. You're being shown. Chaos is everywhere, and it's by design. But this moon here is going to help you kind of sort things out, because there's going to be the fire signs all working together to help you be able to come and bring change. That's why you're seeing all this stuff happening, shootings, stabbings, the chaos in the political world, the things not making sense at all, people just being crazy. You have different groups of whatever coming out saying they're more important, you're less important, or your group may be going, you're more important, somebody else is less important. Listen, we're all important. So I don't, I'm not against anybody, and I'm not for anybody, but you got to be careful. You got to know who you are and what you are. I'm trying to take you out of that, and I'm asking you to get back to that. So it has nothing to do with anything else but getting back to who you are, because you are human. Your soul was here before your physical body got here, and you have an understanding of things. Get back to that. We're all learning, we're all getting wiser, and this is a critical time in life for us to do that. Well, I'm going to go to Virgo, where Jupiter in the North Node is. There's also Venus there. I'm sorry, not Venus, Mercury's there, and it's an opportunity here for you to sort things out and work on perfecting them. Your awakening, eclipse points, North Node brings new stuff to you to awaken. Jupiter's expanding that, and Mercury's coming to help you make sense of it. Take this moon to do that, but you got to have your own space here. You got to be sure that, or be able that you're sure of what it is you're thinking, feeling, communicating is your message. There's never been a better time to do that than now, and I'm going to beg you to do this. So the chaos is only going to get more, and there's going to be a lot of things that you would never think would happen are getting ready to happen. So pay attention and go with what men blend the mind and the soul, the instinctual side of who you are, and get the message more clear. That's a great opportunity to do this. Venus is also going to help us, as Venus is in Leo as well, and Venus can bring about you beautifying the situation. So you may have something come to you, you put your energy to it, you're the alchemist, you change it. Venus can help you change or manifest, and let the universe know you're ready to manifest something that can be even be improved, of course, but even more in line with nature. So take these planets and do that. There's going to be so much chaos in September that if you can right your ship here, or at least manifest and start the writing of the ship here, if you haven't done it already, because we've been talking about it, you'll like where this takes you as we get to the eclipse points, and the Virgo new moon and the Pisces full moon in September 1st, the Virgo new moon, and then the Pisces full moon on September 16th, because then it's really going to get out of control. And then as Jupiter goes into Libra, then that's going to be where we're going to have to work on how we're partnering with what we're doing. Is this working? Is it not working? What's going on here? That's going to expand about how it is we deal with others, and why we deal with others, and then really to a degree who we deal. That'll be a whole nother video, but I did want to throw that out there. Again, remember, you're the alchemist, and Leo is the rule of the 5th house, where your creative abilities can best work. But I want you to remember that because it's a fixed sign, 50% of the time is working on putting it out there and working on it, who it is and what it is you are, and the other 50% is, all right, now how is this going to affect? That's what a fixed sign, that's where you master the fixed sign, so to speak. So a lot of observation, a lot of paying attention. Maybe the communication is that you listen more than talk, or if you're a good listener, then maybe you talk more than listen. But I wish you the best, because this is where we master, or the potential to master things begins. And so I hope that you're able to do this. Good luck, and email with questions.